You're welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. Parent of Ohineba Kwekun Krabia, one of the 2 Rastafarian students who were earlier denied admission by Achimota School, say he was welcomed to loud cheers from other students and a warm welcome from management. Today, Ohineba Kwekun Krabia, one of the two dreadlock-wearing students, was finally admitted to join his colleagues in the classroom. Kwekwa Sante reports.
The High Court ruling was expected to bring a close to this matter, but that was short-lived when the Achimota School's Board of Governors announced that not only were they going to seek an appeal of the ruling, they wanted to file a stay of execution, which would have essentially prevented the boys from going to school until the appeal was heard and decided in court. The Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, however, directed the school to withdraw the application for stay of execution and admit the 2 dreadlock-wearing students pending the appeal. After weeks of a heated legal battle and war of words, one of the 2 students, Ohineba Kwekun Krabia, has been admitted, while the other is expected to be admitted on Friday. Outside the gates of Achimota School, journalists awaited the arrival of the students and parents due to the huge media and national interest in the case. Mana Myers is mother of Kwekun Krabia. He says they were welcomed to loud cheers of students and also to a warm reception by the school manager.
We approached the administration block, and when we're going, I think before we got there were some students in their dormitories, cheering, and that was very assuring. It made us feel like Ohineba was welcomed by the student body. It was their school, the day school prefect, the day students prefect, who approached us in a very warm and nice manner, told Ohineba, asked Ohineba whether, he was a day student or a brother, and he said he was a day student, and she said, oh, okay, then you are going to be my school son, and told us that Ohineba was welcomed, nobody was going to do anything to him, and that if he had any problem, he should just approach her, and that was very reassuring.
Ohineba Kwekun Krabia's dream of attending the Massachusetts Institute of Technology was on hold as the legal battle raged on. He has joined his colleagues in class, and for him, that puts his dream back in motion. His father, Ras Aswad in Krabia, says he's excited about this new development.
It was wonderful. I was, very elated because of the fact that we finally got to this point where he can go into the school that he wanted to go. I've been here from 5 minutes to 6, and when we got here and went to the administration hall, our building, as we were standing outside, we heard a very loud noise, and when we look around, there were so many students at the building, and they were just welcoming us and showing their appreciation, and that made me feel very good.
Right. For him, what body language did he show?
Oh, well, he's not a person that is expressive like that, He was just smiling and, very calm with the situation. I think it's later that we will probably hear from him what took place.
I'm very grateful, sir. Thank you. The other student, Tyrone Iras Magai, is expected to go through admission processes on Friday.
Kwekwa Sante with that report. The Ghana Education Service must consider developing a comprehensive guideline to guide faith and religious practices in all schools. The piecemeal solutions to matters of faith will end up demotivating governing boards, school management, parent and teachers associations, and religious bodies involved in education. This is coming from a statement issued by the Alliance for Christian Advocacy Africa, Reverend Dr. Kobna Opuni Frimpong. He's joining me right now so we can hear his thoughts on what's happened so far. Reverend, thank you very much for your time. Good afternoon.
Gifty.
Yes, it's good to hear from you again. And your concern is that it's about time that we develop a comprehensive guideline. Exactly who should be the stakeholders in developing this guideline, because there are several interests at play here?
You are right, Gifty. Let me say that the issues that we are being faced with at the moment is not new. Around 2015, we had a similar issue at St. Augustine, where a student who had a challenge with Sunday evening service jumped from a story building, and the outcome was not very pleasant at all. Now, that brought all the, call them stakeholders, GES, members of parliament, in fact, and Honorable Aswase MP was in the meeting, Peace Council, Professor Asante was in the meeting, Muslim leaders, several of them, Sheikh Arimiya was at the meeting. We met at Kofi Annan Peace Center. Then General Akwa, who later became the Chief of Defense Staff, was in charge of that place. And it came clear to all of us that there's a vacuum that must be filled, that we don't have guidelines when it comes to religious practices in our schools, and that gap must be filled, because now school managements are left. If you are in Adventist school, you don't wear year rank. SDA has been allowed to do that. If you're a Muslim school, Friday, 10 o'clock class, you don't attend classes. It's allowed. And Christians have similar privileges. So schools were implementing various guidelines when it comes to practicing faith. 2015 to date, the vacuum is still there. And now the other day, it was Wesley girls. Instruction was given, allow them, but let parents come do kind of undertaking. If the girls fall sick, they can't hold anybody responsible. Today is Achimota. Instruction was given by GES, accept them. Now that is what we call piecemeal solution. Instead of piecemeal, we say we need comprehensive, and comprehensive gifting must bring all stakeholders on board. It means we must answer the question about law. You must do this guideline within the legal framework that is within our country. You must answer questions about discipline, questions about curriculum, parents' interest, quality education. Gifty, let me tell you, when I was in school, our population was less than 1,000, about 700. I have happened to serve as board chairman in 3-4 secondary schools, including Prempeh College. And now some schools have 3,000 students, 2,000 students. You leave 3,000 students with a teaching strength of, say, 200. And if you allow each student to come in their own constitutional right, going to court, have a judgment, it will be very difficult, very demotivating sort of for managers of education in this country.
And in that case, you say that Ghana Education Service should do this, but like I said, when there are interests at play, is there a particular precedent, for example, that we can stand upon to create this guideline? Or would you not say that going to the Supreme Court, the appeal court, as the Achimota School Board has decided to do, will actually help streamline this ruling and not open up the floodgates for anybody to say, I do this and I want to do that here in this school?
Yeah, we are a democratic society, and one way that we must strengthen our democracy is also to strengthen our institutions. Therefore, if somebody wants to test our laws in the law courts, including Supreme Court, excellent, but it will not exhaust what we are looking for. Because if even Supreme Court comes out to say that, yes, you can go to school and wear whatever you want to wear, keep your hair the style you want, it doesn't mean we have still solved extensively matters of practicing religion and faith on campuses. Because are you saying that if a Christian gets into Islamic school and the parents insist, after 10, I want my children to be taught, it should be allowed? What would that mean to Islam, even if Supreme Court gives that ruling? If you go to, if you go that way, the challenges will keep hitting us, and people will be going to court again and again. So, but people are free to test the law. But even while doing that, we know, and like I said, as far back as 2015, we said, let us have a conversation from legal perspective, those in curriculum development, parent interest, those who are into education management, faith-based organization. Let us have a comprehensive plan that whether you are in school A or school B, it is known to parents, school managers, students that if you are in school, you can go to this extent with your faith. You can't go beyond this line with your faith. And this is known by everybody. That will bring us to a safer place more than using individual human right, constitutional right to answer the question. Gifty.
Well, let's wrap up by talking about where we can start from. Is your organization, for example, I mean, you were formerly of the Christian Council. Is your organization going to team up with, you know, respected organizations like the Christian Council, etc., to lead or to help with the creation of a guideline like this? I'm wondering if you've been in touch with the GES with your own thoughts as well.
The statement you just read has been shared with so many such interest bodies. But I must say that the 2015 meeting earlier on I mentioned at the Kofi Annan Center, in fact, came out with a draft document. I was then the General Secretary. I was one of those who organized that series of meetings. And we can revisit that and improve that because we have the various bodies. In fact, we've been meeting the religious group, Muslim, Peace Council, Christian Council. The bodies are already there. We only need to come out with a document that we will show to all interest groups and maybe even get it to Parliament so that we don't get individuals who go to a particular school and say, I am here, I want to live in this school in my own terms. But then a document that had been considered by the various stakeholders, maybe have even Parliament approval, is there for everybody to see. Media houses, we all know that you can't go to school and insist on X, Y, Z, but you can have A, B, C, D. So yes, even we started the process, why it has taken us such a long time, and now issue that confronted us 2015 is still confronting us today. It is something that is very disturbing, but it's a river that we can cross as a country, and all of us will make ourselves available to help.
For your time this afternoon and for sharing your thoughts with us. Reverend Dr. Opuni Frimpong there sharing his thoughts. He says that there is a 2015 draft that we ought to revisit when it comes to creating a guideline that everybody in any school in Ghana ought to abide by.